Jenny, what's one piece of career advice you wish you'd been given when you were first starting out?
I think the biggest piece of advice that I would have for people just starting in the career would be to network and realize the importance not only of having a network, but growing your network and maintaining your network. My dad worked at General Motors for 30 years, and I figured I would work at the same company I started with 30 years. And unfortunately, that's not a norm anymore. And so I realized pretty early in my career how important it was to have a network both inside of my company and outside of my company. And I strived really hard to maintain and grow that network constantly because you never know when you'll need it. And when you need it, it's too late.
Can you share a pivotal moment in your career journey that made a significant impact?
Absolutely. So back in about 2017, I realized I'd come to a point in my career where I knew what I liked to do. I knew what I was good at. I knew my opportunities for improvement. And I realized that I had a real big passion for agile product management, project management, and team management. But I realized there was an opportunity kind of to grow my own skills and to continue my education. And so I realized I would go back to school and get my MBA before I started my family. And had a little bit more time on my hands than I do now. And so I think my biggest pivotal moment, was realizing that it was time to bite the bullet, go back, get the MBA, have that notch in my belt, and then be able to move on from there. And actually, during my MBA is when I met the guy that runs the X Games, and then he introduced me to Disney, and that kind of changed my life from that point on. And so I think the one of the biggest pivotal moments was kind of deciding for myself to invest in my future and invest in my education, and everything that's happened since then has kind of been related or consequence of going back to school.
How do you approach challenges and setbacks in your professional life, and what's your go-to strategy for overcoming those?
Yeah, so I think in general, my piece of advice for all project managers and how I approach everything is you need to be a good mediator. You need to be a good therapist. You need to be good at conflict resolution. And then on top of all of those things, you really need to always be positive. ABP philosophy is what my husband and I say. And so I think any challenge that comes your way, take the time to digest it and then apply some of those soft skills and a positive attitude. And I think you'll get out of it pretty